محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله تعالى عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وبارك وسلم تسليما كثيرا كثيرا. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. ما آتاكم الرسول فخذوه وما نهاكم عنه فانتهوا. صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Very respected listeners, it is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we are sitting in the month of Sha'ban, which is the month right before the great month of Ramadan. An immense source of pleasure, excitement, and a moment to get ourselves ready. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to bless us inshallah once again in our lives with the greatest of the months, with the best of the ayyam, the month of Ramadan, the month of fasting, the month of caring for each other more than ever, and where the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given very freely. So much so that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has cursed and prayed for the destruction and the doom of that person who finds Ramadan in their life and does not use this opportunity to get forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forever protect us from being among those people. For the past few weeks, we've been talking about how to prepare for Ramadan. And we have said that essentially, we have to take care of any rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that we may have upon us. Any missed prayers, any missed fasts, we should take care of those before the month of Ramadan starts as best as we can, or at least get started on the track. Then, an even more serious matter is the rights of the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My great grand Shaykh Hazrat Dr. Maulana Shafi Sahib Thanvi Hakim al-Ummad rahmatullahi alayhi used to say that when dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when getting the friendship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when strengthening your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and getting forgiveness from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are dealing with someone who is very kareem, very merciful, who likes to give and who is pleased and becomes happy by giving more than the one who gets it. So you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Allah gives you something, you become very happy. Allah is even happier to give you that. So when dealing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the matters of the rights of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you are dealing with a very kareem being. You only sit down and ask and do minimal things and Allah listens to you. And Allah grants you His friendship and Allah pulls you closer. But the matter of dealing with people and the matter of fulfilling the rights that have been placed upon us by being a human being and living in a society, that matter is very serious, very, very serious, because Allah has connected His pleasure, Allah has connected His happiness by fulfilling the rights of certain creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It comes very expressly, very clearly in the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, رِضَى اللَّهِ فِي رِضَى الْوَالِدِ وَسَخَطَ اللَّهِ فِي سَخَطِ الْوَالِدِ. The pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is in the happiness of your father, and the displeasure or the anger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lies in the anger or displeasure of your father. Having heard that, imagine a slave who dares to disobey their father, who dares to displease their father, who dares to make their father unhappy. And this is not only restricted to the father, because this is the right of father that the Prophet ﷺ has expressly mentioned. But the Prophet ﷺ, he was asked, who has the biggest right on me? The Prophet ﷺ mentioned, your mother. So even bigger than the right of the father is the right of the mother. And not once, but the Prophet ﷺ mentioned the mother 3 times before he finally mentioned the father. So when the right of the father is so huge that the displeasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala lies in the displeasure of the father, then what about the mother? So therefore our parents have a big, huge right upon us. If they are not happy, there is simply no way that Allah will become happy with us. Yes, if they are not Muslims, or if they command us to do haram, we will not listen to them, but we will still be very respectful and very polite and very humble before them. Extremely humble before them. As if a slave sits before a cruel master. Allah has given this analogy, that these people sit before their parents as if a slave. Lower your shoulders before your parents, as if a slave sits before a cruel master. Such is the right of our parents upon us. Even the Prophet ﷺ was asked, Ya Rasulullah, even if they are cruel to me, even if they do injustice to me, the Prophet ﷺ said, even if they do injustice to you, even if they do injustice to you, even if they do injustice to you. So therefore, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us an understanding. Listening to our parents and getting their dua, making them happy, compensates for our shortcomings in our life. Whatever we are not able to do, whatever we are not able to achieve, Allah compensates for it by the virtue of our dua, the dua of our parents. Then there is the responsibilities of our families placed upon us. Those that we have taken in nikah in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the products of nikah that we have got, all of them have a huge right upon us. To take care of their rights, to give them a good living, to provide for their religious upbringing and their religious progress of our spouse and of our children. It is a responsibility about which we'll be asked on the Day of Judgment. And somebody who is not fulfilling the responsibilities of the creation that have been placed upon him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not become happy with that person. This matter of the rights of people. We interact with people, we deal with people, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam have connected their happiness and their pleasure with the happiness of the people that we interact with. So, Hazrat Shaykhul Islam Mufti Taqi Usmani Sahab, Maddadilluh, he says that all huququl ibad, all the rights of people can be summarized in these 2 ahadith. And using these 2 statements, you can be your own judge, and a very good own judge. Because the Prophet ﷺ in these 2 ahadith has told us, has given us the judgment criterion. How you would feel, what you are doing to someone, how you would feel if that same thing was done to you. So, the one hadith that he mentions is, La yu'minu ahadukum. None of you can be a Muslim, which means a perfect good believer. Hatta yuhibbu li akhihi ma yuhibbu li nafsi. You like for your brother what you like for yourself. So the matter of the rights of people, and especially our Muslim brothers, is not that they are secure from our physical attacks. They should be secure from our verbal attacks as well. Their honor has been made. Their life, their blood, their wealth, their assets, their belongings, but also their honor and their respect. The Prophet ﷺ has made haram over us. So if a person is not there and we are talking behind their back in a way that if they get news of it, it would hurt them. This is trespassing in the limits of haram, in the limits of their honor, their respect. When somebody is not there and you backbite behind them. More seriously, which we are often doing, that a person is there and indirectly showing things that we have, talking about things that we have achieved in our life, and talking about things that they have not been able to achieve in their life, or in any other way, somehow disgracing them indirectly. This is trespassing into the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made the honor of a Muslim haram. So whatever you like for yourself, if nobody likes to be disgraced among people, nobody likes to hear things that make you feel that hurt you. And we, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, we pick on those topics in our conversations where we can portray ourselves to be better than the one that we are speaking with, better than everyone else who's around. Hurting their feelings, making them feel deprived. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. This is trespassing into the boundaries of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the other hadith that I wanted to mention is, Al-Muslimu man salima al-Muslimuna min lisani wa yadi. A Muslim is that from whose tongue and from whose hand another Muslim is safe. So a person feels secure that when I am around this person, or when I interact with this person directly or indirectly, everything that belongs to me, not only my life and my body, not only my wealth and my belongings, but also my respect, my honor, my esteem will be safe, will be secure from his verbal attacks as well. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us an understanding. We need to talk about these things in the masajid and in our homes as well, because our better halves, they also need to understand this, and they also need to work on this. We can very easily ruin our hard work of night and day. We stand before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we keep ourselves hungry during the day, but we keep on backbiting and we keep on trespassing into the rights of others. Very easy to lose our reward. Very easy to lose our reward. There's examples from the hadith, because we are out of time, it's not the time to narrate those here, but there's examples of the hadith, from the hadith where the Prophet ﷺ has specifically mentioned that this person, a certain person was mentioned, this person stays awake at night, this person fasts all day. Still the Prophet ﷺ is saying they are headed into hellfire, because they are not fulfilling the rights of people. They are not good neighbor. They are not a good person to interact with. They are not a good person to talk with. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those who reap the benefits of Ramadan, and we start preparing for the month of Ramadan. Whatever things that we have, we start thinking about it. The first point, the first initiation is that we start realizing that we have faults within us. And then we get into an environment, make ourselves frequent those environments where these things are talked about, where these things are given importance, rather than constantly talking about dunya and the achievements of the world and what somebody is doing, or where somebody is vacationing, or what somebody has bought. We go to those gatherings where these things are talked about, where the hereafter is talked more than the here. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us understand, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us realize, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us barakah in the manner of preparedness, and in every manner that the Prophet ﷺ intended, that we get barakah in this month of Sha'ban as well. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us live long enough that we see the month of Ramadan and experience the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and reap the benefits of the month of Ramadan in our lifetime. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Brothers who have prepared the sunnah, please do so now. Jazakallahu khairan.